When I was first considering being a preacher, my great-grandmother told me that I shouldn't be a hellfire preacher. And in a way, she was right. Nobody wants to be yelled at. Nobody wants to be belittled. Nobody wants to be treated like there's some sort of prisoner. In a way, hellfire preachers do have a big point. You know, they're trying to handle the doctrine of hell, and when you're dealing with the wrath of God, it's hard not to get a little fiery about it. You know, it's hard not to get your dander up when you're talking about such deep truths about just how much God hates sin. But preachers should avoid coming down on people too hard, and people should avoid fire-breathing preachers. One of my favorite Pokemon in the game is the fire Pokemon. You know, I'm a youth minister, so I've got the joy of playing video games for a living, and that's mighty fun. But nobody wants a fire-breathing pastor. Nobody wants a pastor that's gonna make them feel like they're ready to burn. You know, atheists, when I'm talking with them, will often object that Christianity is too good to be true. Well, when it comes to the doctrine of the hell, the doctrine of the wrath of God, I think the fact of the matter is that in some ways that Christianity delivers such bad news that, well, it has to be true. I certainly believe that Christianity is true, and I certainly don't believe that Christianity is too good to be true. I certainly think that Christianity is the real religion. It's realistic in its approach to humanity. But when you're dealing with the realistic approach to humanity, we still have to keep in mind the grace of Jesus Christ, the love that Jesus demonstrated to the world with his own blood. Because that's how seriously God takes sin. It cost Jesus his life when he became man. As God, he had to lay down his life for the sins of the world. That's how seriously God takes sin. So we should take holiness seriously. So we should take rejection of sin and rebellion against God seriously. But the Bible tells us again and again to avoid angry people, to avoid wrathful people. We should avoid preachers that get a little too wrathful when it comes to the doctrine of hell. I mean, we don't need to get crazy about it. I think some Christians get too easily offended. We should not be too easily offended. But at the same time, if we encounter someone who's overly wrathful, who breathes fire every time he talks about sin, who breathes fire every time he talks about hell, well, that's someone to avoid.